Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
Why do so many businesses struggle while others seem to explode overnight? Do you wish you had the secret to this type of exponential growth? Now, I've scaled more than 20 businesses to over $100 million, and it's not just luck. In my new book with Mark Tim, Mentor to Millions, you'll learn the repeatable framework I use in all my business ventures for massive success. Order at kevinmentor.com and get over $1,000 in bonuses. Head to kevinmentor.com.
Welcome to the podcast. This is your host, Seth Greene. Today, I've got the good fortune to be joined by Howie Zales from Viridity Entertainment.com. Howie, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, Seth. How you doing? Grateful to be here.
Awesome. You have built something really interesting and on the cutting edge of everything that's going on in terms of convergence of technology and multimedia and live streaming. Tell everybody at home what Viridity Entertainment does.
Yeah, awesome. So Viridity Entertainment, VES, we offer world-class, best-in-class live stream productions, whether it be talk shows, entertainment events, cooking shows, interviews, hybrid virtual events, all different types of meetings for corporate clients.
Okay, so let's dive deeper into what that means. Sure. So I'll ask what are probably going to be some dumb questions. So what's the difference? And I know it's huge. What's the difference between what you guys do and me grabbing my phone and going live on Facebook?
Yeah, great question. One, we use professional broadcast quality live stream software. So basically the quality of our productions could air on TV. Anything that you would, that we can do with our computers would basically be the same type of equipment that would show up in a TV truck, just condensed to a big, huge computer.
Okay, so there's a world of difference in quality in terms of my grainy, whatever, even at my iPhone 13 Pro versus broadcast media capability. And you've done this for some household, I mean, people like the DraftKings and some amazing other clients that like in T-Mobile, where it literally looks like a television show. So how did you guys get started?
Awesome question. I've been in the television business, camera operator with NBC Sports and the World Wrestling Entertainment for over 20 years. Fast forward the pandemic, everything came to a screeching halt like everyone else's industry. And we kind of needed a pivot. We needed a way to make a living. And I knew because of my business that the live stream world was out there, the technology was there, but was maybe 5 years down the road. I did a ton of research and met and talked with some other people in the industry that had a little bit more experience in it than I had. And we just kind of dove in. I learned everything I could possibly learn. And then I was talking to the rabbi at the temple that I belonged to, and it was now like June, right? And I said, listen, we're no way going to be able to do the services for the high holidays as we normally have. So I kind of outlined a plan. I said, this is the equipment we need to get. These are the people we're going to need to involve. And as we're setting things up in July and August, I'm thinking, there's got to be a way to monetize this. And no sooner did my phone ring, a client called and said, listen, I need to do 9 separate interviews of 9 Major League Baseball players in 9 separate cities, but the interviewer cannot leave her house. Can you do this? I'm like, of course. I had no idea how, but that was the beginning.
Well, congratulations. Obviously, you've built an incredible business since then. I love that you kind of skated to where the puck was going. And so if you're using that type of technology does that mean if I'm a client that you guys need trucks in 9 different cities? Because aren't you dependent on the camera that I'm recording on? How does that work?
Great question. We rely heavily on the internet. So we own 25 like high-end computer camera kits, we call them. They have high-end gaming laptops, high-def cameras, professional USB microphones, Ethernet cables, ring lights. So anyone that's in our show, that's a contributor in our show, we'll send out these kits. The day before our show or 2 days before the show, we'll do what we call a tech check, make sure everything arrived safely. We'll check their internet speed, and we bring them into our production over the internet. And the beauty of these camera kits is that since we own them all, we have programs on them that allow us to dial into the computer remotely from anywhere in the country or in the world, and control the focus, the white balance, the microphone levels, and then we bring the contributors into our production that way.
So that is fascinating. So you're shipping them the kit in the box.
Yep.
They're setting it up, and then you guys are controlling the computer, the camera, the mics, everything remotely. So it's almost like you're shipping each one a mini production studio, and then you guys have the ability to produce all of those feeds at the same time with your software and manage that process.
Exactly. And we ship it with like a QR code that has instructions on how to set it up.
Ask that next.
Yeah, and we walk them through the setup. In some cases, we even hired a local tech if the person is not very computer savvy, but literally it's just opening the computer, plugging in the Ethernet cable to your router, and putting the camera and the laptop and the microphone on. It's so easy.
So that is an awesome business model. So then you are, the client would be the host or the producer of the event. They're the ones paying you, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so who's an ideal client for you? Because I'm just hearing the description of we're shipping these boxes out with all this high-tech stuff, and then they're shipping it back, and we're walking them through this production studio in a box type of thing. Can't be cheap, right? Who's an ideal client for you?
We deal with a lot of agencies, whether they're health agencies that represent a lot of medical or pharmaceutical agencies, advertising agencies. Some clients that we've done work for are like T-Mobile, Capital One. We did 5 live streams around March Madness for Capital One, where they just, each show the contributors talked about the game. Right before the actual last championship game, we did a live stream with Magic Johnson and Jim Nantz from CBS. And right in the middle, and this is the most stressful thing, we surprised Charles Barkley with Magic Johnson. He had no idea he was going to be there. And we had to do all these tech checks with Magic Johnson and Charles Barkley, but Charles Barkley couldn't know Magic Johnson was there. Super stressful.
Stressful, but when you pulled it off, I'm sure the reaction was worth it.
The look on Charles's face was amazing.
I hope you got a screenshot of that one. That is awesome. So with producing high-end events like that, how are you growing Viridity? How are you marketing it?
Yeah, so we're marketing it to now, since some events are starting to come back and companies are doing meetings. We're marketing now. We've added to our ideal client, and that's companies that want to do meetings, corporate meetings, hybrid events. We just did a big event with Ray-Ban where we had maybe 5 or 6 contributors in the space, and contributors from around the country, around the globe also contributing. We did another event with another investment firm where we had a bunch of people in New York City, and we had 8 contributors from around the globe with slides, and basically we take the client right from the beginning on how to create or run a show and go minute by minute of what's going to happen and create an outline for them, because these are people that typically don't do TV, and we walk them through a step-by-step process.
That is absolutely incredible. Doing all of this can't be cheap. And I won't ask you for a price quote, but is there some type of, like, what is the average range, or what size business? You mentioned an investment firm. What size business could do something like this? Because this necessarily wouldn't be right for, John and Mary's Pizzeria down the street, but the RBC investment firm that has 17 branches might make sense. I mean, what's the range?
The beauty of our software and our product is that we can do a one-person interview remote and have it be maybe $2,000-3,000 up until $100,000 in-person remote broadcast, because all of our equipment is scalable to whatever the needs of the client, whatever their needs are. So we've done one camera interviews when the producer's in his house or her house, the director's in their house, my teleprompter operator's in Denver in her house, the interviewee is wherever they're located, and we just record everything in the cloud, as well as doing big on-site virtual productions.
That is incredible. I love the scalability. I love that a regular small business could do it if their transaction value made sense. What are some of the biggest mistakes you've seen when it comes to folks trying to live stream themselves?
Yeah.
Other than doing it themselves and not using you guys.
Yeah. Not knowing the technology, the internet, knowing what your internet speed is. Most people are just focused on the download speed, but when you're streaming, it's the upload speed that matters. We were doing a live stream with a basketball player, and he was like, yeah, we do Zooms all the time from my house. And we do a tech check at his house, and he had a literally 1.5 upload speed. We couldn't even like make him out. So dealing with the tech is the biggest problem people have. And because of all the equipment we use and software we use, we have workarounds for most scenarios.
Right. You can't possibly have it for everything because you have no idea. You've probably forgotten more about this than most people will ever learn. But
Right.
On the same end, there's always something new that goes wrong that you can't anticipate for.
For example, we just did a show, and we were on location, and like I said, we rely heavily on the internet, but the firewalls and everything was controlled by my client's company, by their internet company, who is based in Italy, but we were in New York. We were on the phone for 6 hours with the internet company in Italy while trying to do our setup for our production in New York. So that was.
And hopefully you have someone who speaks fluent Italian. Your passion is obvious. What do you like best about what you're doing?
Well, I used to travel 4 times a week for work. As a camera operator, I did most, big time sporting events. I love that I get more family time. I love that I don't have to travel anymore. And I love learning new things. I love the technology.
Awesome. For our folks who want to learn more, where is the best place for us to send them to check you out?
Yeah, awesome. On LinkedIn at Howard Zales, all social media platforms at Howie Zales, or ViridityEntertainment.com. That's VIRIDITY entertainment.com.
Well, thank you so much. This has been Seth Greene with Howie Zales of ViridityEntertainment.com. Howie, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you, Seth.
Thanks, everybody, for watching or listening. We will see you or talk to you next time.
Do you need money to fund your idea, product, or service? Are you ready to take your business to the next level but need capital to get it done? Kevin Harrington has heard more than 50,000 pitches and knows how to help you make the perfect pitch to get the funding for your entrepreneurial dream. He's distilled the process down in his perfect pitch cheat sheet, and it's yours for free. Just text PITCH to him right now at 727-888-2100. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free perfect pitch cheat sheet. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 to start funding your dream today.
This show has been produced by Market Domination, LLC. To discover how you can have your own show completely done for you and turn it into a real published book and become the authority in your marketplace, go to www.marketdominationllc.com/podcast offer.